variable shadowing. All right. So let's talk about another concept called hoisting. I hope I'm pronouncing it very well. Hoisting. So what does hoisting mean? So hoisting is JavaScript's default behavior of moving variables and function declarations to the top of their scope before execution. Look at this example. Um, console.log x. Let me clear this screen. Please follow clearly at this point. If I run console.log x, let me run it. Look at what it will show me. It's showing me reference error because I've not defined x. Please follow. Console.log x is showing me reference error because I've not defined x. Remember, we said last week that variables must be declared before initialization. Now look at this. If I had declared x, let's say let x, it will show me undefined. Why? This undefined, please take note of this point. This undefined means that this variable x has been declared, but it has not been initialized. Undefined means that this variable x has been declared. When we mean what we mean by declaration, that a space in the memory has been assigned to it. So this variable x has been defined. It has been declared, but it has not been initialized. It has not been assigned a value. Now let's remove this x. We'll come back to this. Let's remove this x, and let me continue what I was saying about hoisting. So let's we said console.log x will give us reference error because a variable must be declared before use. Now we didn't declare it to show us reference error. Now if I write var x is equal to 5, var x is equal to 5, let's see what happens. Let's run this and let's see what happens. Now it's showing me undefined. Let me remove it. If we remove it, excuse me, let me clear the screen, and we run, it will show reference error. Let me clear the screen. If we declare and initialize under this statement, it will show undefined. Now look at the next thing that will happen. It's showing undefined. Now let me console log the second time. If I console.log and let's say I console.log x, excuse me, x. Now let's see what is going to input. What is going to output to the screen. It's very important that you understand what is happening here. So now the first console.log is giving me undefined. The second console.log is giving me x. So what happened here? Remember, when the code is running, it runs from top to the bottom. What JavaScript actually did here for this first guy to give us undefined is that JavaScript actually did something like this. It changed it to var x. Are you seeing it? Then before it actually moved this initialization, this var x is actually moved it to the top here. So when it moved it to the top here, that's why x is accessible here. Please follow me. What we wrote was this. When JavaScript wanted to run the code, JavaScript carried this one like this and moved it to the top. Then, so JavaScript separated the declaration, the first line, which is declaration, and the initialization is separated it. That's why this first console log can print undefined, even if we did not declare it before we got to this line. Please, are you following? Let me go back. If the code wants to run, it will first look at line 1. Okay, that's a comment. It won't do anything. It will go to line 2. There's nothing there. It will go to line 3. Normally, when it goes to this line, it's supposed to print reference error. But the next line to it in the other part of the program is telling us var x is equal to 5. So what JavaScript will do before running it is that it will take this. Remember, I told you about declaration and initialization. To carry the declaration and take it to the top of the scope, then before now doing x is equal to 5. So hoisting is where it moves, instead of leaving this var x is equal to 5 on this line, it moves the declaration, it moves it to the top of the scope so that this X can be accessible to this control console.log X. So that is hoisting. And one thing you should take note is that JavaScript moves only the declaration to the top of the scope. It does not move the initialization to the top of the scope. So it only moves var x, that's the declaration, to the top. It does not move x is equal to 5 to the top. It only moves the declaration to the top of the scope. So we should take note of that. Take note of that. So what just happened here is hoisting. Okay, so we wrote this, JavaScript changed it to this. So this is what happened under the hood. All right.